sadly, really, really sadly, because it's breaking my heart that someone is ill as this, to get away with this. It's an illness. So I wish him well. I wish us all well, because if there's a special election, I'm going to tell you this right now, the chances of a Republican taking this seat is 0. It's nuclear. It is 0. He fried the seat.
The Republicans are in a bit of a sticky situation in regards to one George Santos. He is actively being investigated and prosecuted for a laundry list of crimes, but his expulsion from Congress is still pending. House Republicans can't afford to lose a seat, so the argument is being made to just keep him around.
I say let him keep his seat for the next 2 years and let the people decide, because if this goes to a special election, we will have Robert Zimmerman, who is as far left as you want to take it. And we will lose a valuable seat, even though he will be stripped of all his committees as he should be.
And the reason why they're reluctant to take this to a special election is because they're practically certain that a Democrat will win the seat. They can't win democratically, which acknowledges, at least to a certain degree, that their platform is neither popular nor the will of the people. So instead, they will happily choose party over country and essentially party over democracy.
Look, this is the beginning of the ability for me to address and defend myself. We have an indictment. We have the information that the government wants to come after me on, and I'm going to comply. I've been complying throughout this entire process. I have no desire not to comply at this point. They've been gracious in there. Now I'm going to have to go and fight to defend myself. The reality is it's a witch hunt.
On the Republican side, there are several false equivalencies being thrown around, specifically in regards to Dianne Feinstein and John Fetterman. Both are Democratic senators who have been dealing with significant health issues, yet both remain seated in Congress. Republicans want to know why Democrats don't expel either of them if they're so eager for Republicans to expel Santos. First of all, neither of these senators have been convicted or accused of criminal activity, so let's just get that out of the way. Second of all, I think a lot of Democrats would actually be okay with Dianne Feinstein stepping down. However, she's already announced that she will not be seeking re-election in 2024. Feinstein, who turns 90 next month, is currently recovering from a bad bout of shingles. As for Fetterman, he had suffered a stroke prior to winning his Senate race, and he's been hospitalized since taking office. He's also admitted to suffering from depression, but those aren't exactly grounds for removal from any job, let alone from Congress. But all of that aside, neither of those seats are in significant danger of being flipped. If either of them were to step down, I don't think the Dems would have much of a problem with it. And to be fair, the Democrats have let Congress people go in the past, like Al Franken, for example. In the case of Al Franken, Franken was never actually convicted of a crime. He was just accused of inappropriate behavior. And he was a senator, whereas George Santos is a House representative. However the decision was made, whether it was a personal choice or if he was pressured to do so by his colleagues, Franken actually stepped down. It never even came to an expulsion. One could argue that the voluntary Democratic sacrifice of a senator carries more weight than if the Republicans were to give up a representative who is under criminal investigation, but a lot of that comes down to the binary political system that we've got. It's a numbers game. It's less about what's ethical and more about what the numbers allow. It's risk analysis and partisan politics. Had the Democrats not been confident in their ability to recapture Franken's seat at the time, it's possible and plausible that things could have gone differently. Who knows? We can only go off of what actually did happen. And to be fair, there are Republicans in Congress who don't want Santos in there. However, they won't have to go on record to make that call. Kevin McCarthy just kicked the decision over to the Ethics Committee, which is already investigating Santos. So just to recap, Santos currently has 13 charges against him, 5 counts of wire fraud connected to his campaign, 2 more counts of wire fraud, and 1 count of stealing public money regarding an unemployment benefit scheme, 3 counts of money laundering for a solicitation scheme, and 2 counts of making false statements to the House of Representatives regarding personal finance disclosure reports. Of course, that's all on top of the incredible and fantastical lies he's told during his time in the American public eye and throughout his many past lives. With both sides vying for control and influence, the numbers matter. They need the votes because there is strength in numbers. Whichever side can amass a bigger, immovable voting bloc will be the most successful. Gone are the days when members of Congress would think independently on issues. Now it's pretty common to see votes that fall straight down party lines. Whenever there are deflectors from party line votes, they're the usual suspects, the ones who can be counted on to be contrarian. Again, it's all a matter of strategy. It's not about what's best for the American people. It's not even about what the American people want. In this way, without making some huge provocative declaration, okay, calm down, our modern democratic system is functionally undemocratic in that the will of the people is not the priority for governance. And I don't know, maybe it never was. That's something that would require its own deep dive exploration. All right, that's it for me. If you got anything out of this, please like and subscribe to the channel and be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok.